Hey there, Ryan Chiselle here, Chiselle Mortgage Group, coming to you today with 5 tips on getting pre-approved for a mortgage in 2022. So, tip number 1, talk with a trusted mortgage professional. When you're buying a home, this might be not only the largest asset you might ever own in your whole life, but as well the largest indebtedness you might have in your entire life. It's a big deal. So, with this kind of monumental decision, you want to make sure you're talking with a trusted, knowledgeable, experienced mortgage professional who has the time and energy to go over everything together with you, go over all your options for your specific scenario so we can make the best decision for you and your family. That's tip number 1. Number 2, be wary of false pre-approvals. So, real quick, what's a pre-approval? We go through a loan application, we pull your credit, we get your loan documents and do data integrity on your file. And then we take that and run it through the AUS, the automated underwriting system. That's what says, yes, you're pre-approved for this mortgage. Here's a pre-approval letter. You can take that and start putting in offers left, right, and center. The issue comes into play where these other mortgage companies unfortunately don't do their due diligence on your file and provide you a false pre-approval, which means that you aren't actually qualified for that home, and they'll find that out a few weeks into the process. There are actually companies, one in particular, Rocket Mortgage or Quicken Loans, they're synonymous, they're one and the same, who are notorious for providing false pre-approvals to the point where we know many realtors who won't even accept a pre-approval from Quicken, from Rocket, because they've just been burned so many times in the past. That's tip number 2. Number 3, brokers are better. So what do I mean by that? So we at Chiselle Mortgage Group, we are mortgage brokers. And if you're comparing us to an online lender or to a retail bank, you're comparing apples and oranges. Why is that? Well, they, as a retail bank or an online lender, have one set of products, mortgage products, one set of mortgage guidelines, one set of mortgage rates and mortgage fees. And if you don't like it, too bad, so sad. We, as a mortgage broker, have access to dozens of different lenders who have different products, different fees, and then we make them compete with one another for your business. So we provide you the best rates and fees for your scenario. That's tip number 3. Number 4, get it in writing. So we are in a commission sales business, which is totally fine. It's wonderful. That's the American dream, right? That's capitalism. We're providing a service. We deserve to be compensated for it. The issue comes into play when you have some fast talkers who are going to promise you everything under the sun in order to go with them and their mortgage company. The problem is if you don't get either a loan estimate or an estimated fee breakdown in writing from them, there is no way to hold their feet to the fire. So when you're shopping around, when you're trying to get pre-approved, please get an estimated fee breakdown or a loan estimate in writing. We can compare it to our own and find the best deal for you. Even if it's another mortgage broker, another company, totally fine, but we want to make sure it's in writing so we're comparing apples to apples. And number 5, this is especially for first-time home buyers, ask questions. The mortgage industry is not all common sense. It's very black and white. There's not a lot of gray in between. And so with that will come a lot of questions where you might assume you know the answer, but really there's a lot more to it. So let me give you a great example. I today am promising you or quoting you a 3% interest rate. Great. But what's that 3% interest rate entail? Is that a fixed interest rate or is it an adjustable rate mortgage? What loan product is that on? What loan to value was I using? What was the credit score I was qualifying you with? Is that a locked in interest rate? If so, for how many days? Do I have to pay any points? Do I have to buy that interest rate down, or are you providing me a credit, or is that the par interest rate? And if it sounds like I'm speaking Latin right now, that's because there's a lot more to that question than meets the eye. And it's not very common sense. A lot of these things you need to either have bought a home or need to have a mortgage professional holding your hands to make sure you answer, or we can answer any questions that you may have. So again, we'd rather you ask a million questions than not ask any, because educated borrowers make educated decisions, and that's what we're all about. So again, real quick synopsis, real quick recap. 5 tips. Number 1, talk with a trusted mortgage professional. Number 2, be wary of false pre-approvals. Number 3, brokers are better. I don't care what anyone tells you, that's a fact. Number 4, get it in writing. And number 5, please ask questions. And on that note, if you have any questions, we'd love to speak with you and answer any. That's what we're all about here at Chiselle Mortgage Group. Telephone number 727-376-6900. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.